Con.
Old mate.
Yeah. Send me a text saying...
I won't want one of these before I eat them all.
I'll have one.
You know, like, they fuck your stomach up, yeah? Like, they're mints. They're meant to be digestives. You're gonna get on the freeway heading back... No, thanks, man. You're gonna get on the freeway headed home, and you're just gonna be like... Con sent me a message saying, dude, I was listening to the podcast, I'm thinking the whole time how I'd love to get involved, just talk shit. Like, that's what we do.
Has anyone brought up anything I've said?
You come across as a very lovely bloke. They'd like to set you up with someone.
No, but like I talk about controversial stuff or...
No. A lot of people have said, a lot of people have actually said that we just sound too smart. Like, we talk about shit that just goes way over people's heads. Like, a lot of the stuff.
Mm.
I'm like, really? I didn't think we did. I thought what are the conversations that other people are having, like, in their houses? Honestly, I'm being honest.
Well, you know, you got to talk about The Bachelor and then, you know, whatever renovation TV show is on.
Dude, The Bachelor, man. I was pissing myself laughing. One of the contestants bowed out, right? She's left. She's like, I couldn't do it, right? She left. The reason why she left, this is what got me. The reason why she left is because she felt the guy wasn't being true to himself, right? Because he had voted to keep her in, yeah? Like, I don't know if he gave her a rose or whatever the fucking deal is. Voted to keep her in, but at the same time voted to keep some other broad, like some other wench in as well, who was like controversial or antagonistic or some shit. And she feels that he only kept her in for like the viewers, you know, like for ratings.
No,
right?
no, he wouldn't do that.
Yeah, and
Timmy, he wouldn't do that.
Her quote was, it wasn't a very organic process because of that. Keeping someone in based purely for ratings. It's like, sweetheart, you're sending yourself in with 20 other women to auction off, like...
Compete for some
you're
random
competing
dude.
for someone to give you a rose and you want an organic relationship.
Well, he makes out with other chicks right in front of him.
You fucking idiot!
Yeah.
What do you think you're signing up for, real life?
I couldn't, dude. I read that and I just couldn't. Like, that's the non-organic part. Because he's keeping another bird around just for ratings in your eyes. You fucking idiot.
I love how she was just so dumb to assume that she was coming into like a real scenario where it was going to be
real love, Johnny. That's how you find real love nowadays.
It was going to be all legit. He was
Just
actually
getting to know each other and having mutual hobbies.
They've got 20 individuals and they've just compressed and streamlined the process.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's a, dude, you won't get, like, this is a thing, yeah? Sorry, dude, I know, like, we have to move along, but I've got to say this, yeah? How often do you go to a bar or a party or whatever and you meet someone, like, just, oh, yeah, this is my roommate, you know, Kylie. Yeah, hi, how are you? I'm Dim. And, like, you might, like, first glance, you're like, oh, she's all right. Oh, no, he's all right. He looks all right. And then they open their mouths and you're just like, what the fuck is this cunt talking about? You know?
Yeah.
So, like, he's either a fucking meathead or some dumb bitch, you know, like, after, like, 20 seconds, you've lost interest. It's like, man, I can't be fucked. And you walk away.
You just know.
These 20, like, whether it's the Bachelor or Bachelorette, these 20 idiots, like, line up, like, you know, holding holding the hopeful heart, like, oh, you know.
I'm the one.
Yeah, I'm the one for you, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, you fucking moron. Like, man, to play the, like, odds are you didn't have that much luck on the outside. What the fuck? It's 20 to 1. Yeah, like, do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
It's so frustrating because they treat it like they show a snapshot of
Like
the
it's a
date.
fairy tale.
Yeah.
They're all Cinderella and he's going to pick them out of the crowd with a
and
glass
then again,
shoe.
it's the same with the dudes, yeah? But they show the snapshot of, like, this couple doing this perfect fucking date scenario. Yeah, today we're going in a helicopter and we're going to have champagne while we're flying low over the CBD. Oh, awesome. Is this what your life's really like? No. Yeah. Got a budget, sweetheart.
I take girls out on helicopter trips all the time, Tim.
That's
That's what a real man does.
That's what he does. Mr. Bond over here. You
Mr.
know?
Debonair.
Yeah. Suave and debonair. That's it. And then catch you next week when he does the same thing with 2 other women. What do you mean, man? Mm-hmm. Oh, I so want Heather to win. What?
Yeah.
Lockie's the guy. Lockie's going to be the one that hooks up with it. No. No.
Ridiculous.
Get fucked. Get fucked. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, oh yeah, what did we say? What did we say at the start of this? Shit you should know.
Shit you should know.
This is shit you should know.
Okay, so we'll start with toll roads.
I gotta say, I hate toll roads. Just for the record.
They make
You're
no
going to
fucking
hate them a
sense.
whole lot more now.
No, dude, they make no sense because we've practically paid for them like 100 times over, and I'm fucking over it.
Yeah, like
Go.
literally, yeah. Okay,
Talk.
so you all know CityLink and Eastlink.
I know Eastlink very well.
Yeah, so CityLink was built. I'm going to focus on CityLink because it was built by a company called Transurban. So it was built in 1999, and Transurban will operate that road till 2033. It cost them $1.8 billion to build. Okay, so
These are the figures I want to hear. The cost and return.
yeah. Okay, but remember that.
Filing them
Remember,
away.
cost $1.8 billion. They'll operate it to 2033. Okay, and when they signed the deal with the government, a controversial clause in the original contract gave the company direct and remarkable influence over Melbourne's development by allowing them to claim compensation if the state built other roads that competed with CityLink.
So if you ever built a road anywhere near like the Monash,
Yeah,
like the M1,
they would get direct compensation from the government.
how? How do you come up with that figure?
Yeah,
No, honestly.
yeah.
Backdoordeals.com.
I mean, it means that they can't build another road that competes with CityLink without having to pay extra money to Transurban because they're so cash strapped at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the Western Distributor. So it's also getting built by Transurban at the moment, I think. It's going to cost $5.5 billion. So it includes a tunnel from the Westgate Bridge, a tunnel and a bridge to link the Westgate Freeway and Melbourne Docks. It's going to upgrade the Monash Freeway by widening it from Eastlink to Berwick, one extra lane. Westgate Freeway will be widened from 8 to 12 lanes between the M80 and Williamstown Road, and there's going to be an elevated road along Footscray. So it's quite a bit of word.
8 to 10 lanes.
12 lanes. Yeah.
4 extra lanes. Why don't they just build another fucking bridge?
Well, yeah, there's part of this is a bridge.
No, like,
Yeah.
hey, that doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, roads are expensive, but toll roads aren't free either. So there's a couple of considerable costs. The users have to pay a considerable amount to use the roads every day.
Do they ever?
Yeah. It's a lot of money. And
I would love to know how much money I've spent on the Eastlink. Oh my god.
Bank account, man. I'll tell you.
and if you don't pay, you get an infringement notice, and taxpayers have to spend a considerable amount of money chasing up infringements. And it generates almost no tax revenue. So we'll start talking about toll fines. So if you don't pay your electricity bill or your water bill, it's a civil matter, and it means it's the responsibility of the electricity or water company to chase you up for that money. If you don't pay your CityLink fine, it becomes a state matter, which means it's the state government's responsibility to chase you up for that fine. It means taxpayers pay for it. So if you don't pay an invoice, it becomes an infringement of $155 per day.
Per day?
Yes. And I didn't know whether or not, it's like I spent 4 days with a suspended thing and it cost me $700.
Dude, that...
Okay, there are 3.7 million outstanding fines for toll roads. Infringements.
3.7 million.
Yep. And that comes to a value of between $700 million and $1 billion worth.
You know what I don't get, man? Sorry, dude. You know when you see on the news, like, some guy, like, assaulted his girlfriend, or, you know, some shit, and
Yeah.
the guy goes to court and escapes with, like, 2-year good behaviour bond and, like, a $3,000 fine.
Mm.
You don't pay your bill for CityLink 4 days later, $700+.
Yeah.
Go to court for punching someone out. Yeah, $1,000 fine.
So there are people that owe hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck?
So, so after an infringement, it becomes a warrant. So it's the responsibility of the sheriff's office to come find you. They can seize your assets. And if you don't have enough assets to pay back the debt, they basically send you to court, where you can pay the fines. The fines are usually reduced because judges hate having to do this, because most of their work now is just, dealing with infringements. And it happens in the same court. Like, if you were to assault your wife, chances are you would be in the magistrate's court, unless it was a particularly serious case. Yeah, so
Quick
domestic violence, toll infringement.
Yeah.
What are you here for? You know,
Yeah.
I strangled my ex-wife's new boyfriend. What are you here for? I drove from...
Let's pay my
I
invoice.
got off at Turek Road.
Yeah. So, a few examples. So, we're not getting our money back from these infringements. So, after spending a bunch of taxpayer money chasing down these people, we don't often get the money back. So, for example, a 24-year-old had a total of 57 fines. It was reduced to $1,200 worth. A 50-year-old with $100,000 of infringements was given 80 years to pay it off. So, he would have been 130 when he finished paying it off.
How? Like, how does this...
Yeah. The magistrate knew exactly what he was doing. He's like, you're not going to pay these off, so whatever. And sometimes I'll just wipe the fine completely. Just ignore it. Yeah. Or you can go to do community work. Community work is a good deal most of the time, so...
I've had to do that once. I had to work at the Salvation Army store.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Literally just sat at the back and people brought in the shit and I'd just like sift through it and like, you know, put a pile of stuff that can be sold and then other stuff that can be thrown out
Yeah.
or whatever, yeah.
And
just chatted to the...
sorry, what were you doing there to begin with? What didn't you...
It was for a fine that I didn't pay.
How many hours did you have to do?
It was like about a week's worth every day for a week or something. I can't remember the exact hours, but I was there for about a week every day, yeah.
Yeah.
It
So,
was easy.
yeah, and it costs us $18 a day to have someone do that. So it's
Yeah.
cheap, compared to prison. But that's it's $235 million to run community corrections. So it's more taxpayer money that goes to chasing up toll fines.
Yeah.
Okay, and it costs to drive on toll roads. So Transurban owns CityLink and 12 other toll roads in Australia. In 2015, its income was $1.8 billion. You guys remember how much CityLink cost?
Same.
Yeah, once. Yeah.
Got the money for that? Yeah.
Yep. Guess how much tax they paid on $1.8 billion?
Oh, Johnny, this is your department, man.
0.
A little bit more than that.
20 bucks.
It's much closer to zero than any other number, though.
Thought it would might be.
Get
Yeah.
fucked.
So, $3 million. That works out to be 0.3%. Oh, 0.15%.
Why do they get away with 0.15%?
The justice.
Okay, so yeah, they have upkeep costs, so that's their total income, so they've got to maintain roads. But what they do is they have a lot of interest, and remember how we were talking about how interest is tax deductible?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they run at a very high interest rate. So
I
they
love
have
how we pay these cunts to build the road. We compensate them if any other roads are built near it.
yeah,
Then we pay them to use the road, and then
and then we don't get any tax revenue from it.
yeah,
Yeah. So, okay, on CityLink alone, they made $166 million in toll for the first quarter of this year. So that works out to be roughly...
the fuck?
That works out to be roughly $666 million a year per quarter.
That's more than I thought
per
it would
year.
be.
So it would take them on CityLink alone. It would take them 3 years to pay it off.
Yeah.
And I remember, you remember
That's what I
was
wanted
saying,
to know. These are the, that's
yeah,
what I wanted
remember
to
when
know.
they're saying we'll have tolls for 10 years, no more?
No, it's 30 something.
No, but they said it, like when they first started building the M1 and like all
Well,
that
I remember
shit.
with the Eastlink they said that, and then I
Yeah.
heard like a month ago that no, we're going to continue to toll it for the next 10 years to help build the next one that we're going to do or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we'll toll that one.
And then we'll toll that one and we'll make
Yeah.
it exponential. money.
Maybe when we're old enough to like, you know, we're too old to drive anymore. Maybe that's when they'll remove the tolls. You know, so when we're in our hearse or our ambulance headed towards the end, oh look, no e-tag available on this ambo. Why? Oh, we don't need them anymore on this side of town. You know what I mean? That's disgusting.
It's like me and my friend were talking the other day about this, and like we said, like, what if it was just everybody just pays $1 to use it one way the whole way, like $1 trip there and back?
Yeah.
Like even that, like it helps us out, and they're still going to get their money back, right? If everyone's paying $1.
Oh, it depends who you ask. I'm sure Transurban have an opinion on the matter. And they're going to charge you as much as possible as long as you keep using the road.
It depends on who you ask.
Yeah, you're right. It's a lot of money.
That's stupid.
Because every
money.
time I'm on the Eastlink, I'm just like looking at all the cars next to me. Every time
Yeah.
we go on, I'm like toll. Like every day, just
Yeah. $160 million per quarter for one road. Yeah. And
So let's be fair. Charge everyone $1 trip. You know, that way it's affordable.
and they're making their money back now. Like, it takes them 3 years to pay off the initial cost.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They've paid it off.
They've paid it off. That's a fucking break.
They're not even halfway through their contract yet.
They've made their money back.
See, I didn't know these these stats,
Yeah.
but I knew that it would be like this. And it's just proved it, and it just makes it even more
A trip
frustrating.
to the city, man, from, say, this area, a trip to the city and back costs you about $18 in tolls, man. Depending what day, depending what time, all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
So $15 to $20, man. Not including the cost of your car, right? Not including the cost of your car. Dude, that's $20, man. Just for one trip. What if you worked in the city at the same time?
To get to work and back, it's like $11.
Yeah.
$11.80
Yeah.
to get to work and back.
Yeah. That's $50 you blow in a week. Dude, $50 would be a tank of fuel. But you pay that just to use the road.
Just
for
to
how
use
long?
it.
How many exits?
And it's not that many, and it takes about 15 minutes to get to work.
And you know what's fucked? When I came to your joint today from my joint, Google Maps, because I couldn't remember exactly which street it was, Google Maps brought up the quickest route, and it was straight to the freeway.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not the quickest route. It's not. It's not. And the way I took was like a minute difference, if that. If that.
No, it'll always lead you towards the tollway.
Yeah. It's just pushing you.
That's default setting. Lead them to the tollway. Lead them to the golden fucking...
Yeah.
So, we're losing money on toll roads, because if you're someone like us who uses the toll road, I mean, the idea is if you don't pay for a road you don't use. But we use it, so we pay to use it, we pay a decent amount of money to use it, and then we also pay our taxes to chase up people who don't pay. And if you don't use the toll road, you still pay taxes to chase up people who use the toll road.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find exact figures, but so there's you saw there was 3.7 million outstanding fines for tolls and 600,000 warrants. And not all of those warrants are for infringements, but most of them are in toll road infringements. How much does it cost to chase up one warrant?
You asking?
Oh, just $100.
Yeah.
So you've got 600,000, or let's say $400,000 warrants to do with toll roads.
Yeah.
$100 per warrant. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
A ton of money.
So we're losing money on this.
I love it.
So
All these little incidentals, man. And then we need to make a chart. We need to make a fucking chart of where this country wastes money and what the deficits are on certain industries.
So, okay. The Western Distributor is going to cost $5.5 billion, and they want to make it a toll road so the government doesn't have to pay. Do we have enough money to build our own roads? So last year, the federal government allocated $8 billion to toll roads, so the Western Distributor would take up more than half of that. So, and our Labor state government probably isn't going to get any money from the federal government. But here's the thing. Our state government, Daniel Andrews, the champion, last surplus was $1.2 billion. Our state debt is 4.4%, so nothing, almost nothing. Total surplus for the next 4 years will be $5.8 billion.
How much is it costing?
$5.5 billion. So that's for the next 4 years. By the time, so that's forward estimates, and they're not 100% accurate. But at the end of the day, our state can borrow money for significantly less interest than a corporation can. So, yeah, we have the money for this. And after I did all this research, I went and sent Daniel Andrews a letter.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
You sick cunt.
begging him with all these stats. And there was a lot of ass kissing in there as well.
It's just filleting. It's just.
There was like three chapters.
Mr. Andrews.
Yeah. I think I finished it when I was talking about the surplus. And I know this because I regularly tell people who talk about Labor's reckless spending. So, yeah, I don't know. It's probably not going to do anything, but it's one letter.
Did you get a reply?
I sent it last night.
Oh. Did you email it?
Email, yeah.
Oh, man.
To
You
his
should have gone old school.
Yeah, I thought about it because apparently they have
sitting
to.
with jocks
with the
and his
wax and stamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently, I think they have to respond to posted mail.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, maybe I should have.
Yeah, man. Do it again. Send it again, but send it
Yeah.
posted.
Anyway.
Got to be on an old style scroll with the stamp, with the ink, that melted stamp.
Yeah. So that Transurban owns 12 roads.
What are the roads? Like?
There's a bunch in Sydney. I think they've got two in the States
we're
as well.
talking national. I'm thinking state. Yeah.
Yeah.
When's the West one being set to start?
2018, I think.
18.
Yeah, so, but I mean, literally by the time we finish it, we will have saved up enough money. The state will have saved up enough money to pay for it.
Yeah, but they won't.
Well, no, he's planning to save that money. Like, that's what he reckons he's going to get.
Is he going to spend it on the roads, though?
No, he's just going to bank it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not going to spend it on the road.
Yeah.
He's going to go on a holiday.
Yeah, I think
$5 billion holiday.
I think I ended the letter with, yes, making it a toll road will save the taxpayer money, but we will pay for it in the long run. Like,
it doesn't make sense, man.
no.
It's just not right. That's shit people should know.
Yeah.
People should know that the government has
How much
enough
we're getting
money
screwed.
and we're just getting bent over
by
and
this
reamed
company.
for these toll roads. Dude, I avoid using toll roads.
Yeah.
Purely for that. I drove out the Croydon once. Cost me like $40-50 to go there and back because of all the exits on the East Link. It shouldn't cost that much money to go see a mate and come home. Do you know what I mean? And then they wonder why, like, people don't go out anymore. Dude, if I want to go to the city, it's going to cost me $20-30. And it's, like, I brought it up ages ago, like on one of the early podcasts. I talked about how from the cost of the drive, not including depreciation and fuel, the cost of the drive into the city, parking the fucking car, man, you've already broken $60 before you've even done anything, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just fucked. That's not right. I don't know. Fuck tolls.
So much greed. Why not just say, let's do something nice for the people.
No.
Charge them $1 each way.
Dude,
we're still going to make our money.
The
Everyone
Bachelor needs his chopper ride for all these slags. All right? You need to make the money somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It just infuriates me, that fucking tolls.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't make sense to me. We can afford it, and the idea that we're going to be paying for it for 30-something years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, mate, if he was going to come out, it's like, oh, we're going to put our own tolls on it, and we're going to get that $5.85 billion back, and then we're not going to have any tolls anymore. It would take less time than...
That'd be great.
Yeah, that would take less time than...
Gets built, gets paid.
Yeah.
Dude,
Done.
with all the stats and stuff you bring in, man, it just seems like there's more round about bullshit solutions for stuff, overcomplicating things, making middlemen, and not just middlemen, making triple middlemen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Everyone's just getting paid for shit they're not doing, which could easily be
just pointless shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why is he getting $50? Oh, well, because he happened to be standing there and he happens to own some of the naming rights to the chair that you're about to sit on. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Why am I paying him $50? Go fuck yourself. So many answers to problems, man. Go fuck yourself. Like, seriously. Fuck. Dude, you know one thing that people have said is there's a lot of swearing, like in our podcast. Yeah? And I listened back to it, right? I know initially there was, because we were really angry about a lot of stuff. All right? I don't actually swear a lot, like when I talk to people.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise people would never introduce me to their mothers. You know, like, it just wouldn't happen. Right?
And Dim loves getting introduced to people's mothers.
How are you today? Pleasure to meet you. I'm an upstanding citizen.
Mums love Dimmy.
Ignore the outfit. You know?
Yeah.
No, dude. But then I thought about it. The reason why we swear a lot, all right, I'm not talking about you, Arthur, either. All right, like the rest of us, is because we're so...
Yeah, Arthur, you got to key it down, bro.
just scale back,
Your
man.
potty
You're
mouth, it's just bringing us
You're
down,
making people nervous.
It's even offending me. It's starting to offend me.
Dude, like, the truth is, we talk about a lot that gets us fucking angry.
Yeah.
So naturally, the
We're
swear words
dissatisfied. We're dissatisfied with a lot, man. And that's... Yeah, look, we talk about Van Damme or something for like 20 minutes. I don't think we swear once, right? Yeah, his loins. It was just... Yeah, I love how you looked up. You looked up at him. He's watching. That man is watching.
Yeah.
All right, you're all seeing damage. All right, but that's the thing, man. Like, we talk about stuff that's infuriating. And I'll tell you what. If you can talk about half the stuff that we discuss and not get riled up and not get angry, there's something fucking wrong with you.
Get angry about this big fucking company that's screwing us all, not a word.
Right? But then at the same time, these people get riled up because Gina got booted off The Bachelor.
Oh.
Yeah, oh my God, he's such an asshole. Why would he get rid of her?
It'll bug them for
Yeah.
weeks.
I fucking hate Louisa. She's the worst.
Such a bitch.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Dude. It's like,
Yeah.
Kristen got booted off Big Brother. Who? Huh? Yeah, that's nice. Right?
Cool.
That's great. But, you know, we talk about the deficit, pedophiles getting free houses, the toll roads bending us over for the next 30 years. We just accept what's going to be happening. No, let's just be civilized. There's no need for that kind of language. Fuck off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I have to say it.
Yeah,
I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
We talk about controversial things and we say controversial.
Don't get angry at a noise we made with our mouth just because we're upset. Get angry at these cunts that we're talking about.
Dude, we're not even talking about anything controversial. It's not. What's controversial about us disagreeing with tolls, or us disagreeing with the government, or us disagreeing with half the shit that we discuss?
Yeah.
Yeah, the most controversial thing we've ever discussed is the use of the N-word. Like, literally. And that's the most. And it's not even controversial. It's just...
we had a fairly
it was a discussion. It was a matter of
discussion,
opinion, and experience and personal, whatever. But we don't discuss about That's the thing. Just because we're disagreeing with the shit that people are doing around us doesn't mean it's controversial. Well, we're not allowed to have an opinion, or we're not allowed to be wary of the big fist coming in. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably my one peeve, man. I love the fact that we're actually reaching people. I love the fact that people are listening, to what we're saying, and they're sharing it, and people are really, they're enthusiastic, man. I don't know. Have you got any feedback on any of the, people you've shared it with, Arthur?
A little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, they liked it.
Yeah, it is what it is. I've had some people say, you know what, it's not for me. And you know what, that's fine. It's, you're not into it, Dude, I still don't listen to any other podcasts outside of this.
Yeah.
And not because I'm biased or because, it's just...
Well, even before you guys, before I came on here, you guys started... I used to listen to a lot of podcasts, and you guys became my favourite. Like, before I was even on there.
Oh, you just melted my heart.
And it's not even because, I'm your friend at work and I wanted to, do it as, to support you. It was because I found it interesting. Yeah. And,
No, dude, that...
And you don't have a lot of options for that in Australia.
Nah. But that's what I don't get. With podcasts, I know that there are podcasts out there that I would probably enjoy. I know a lot of my favourite comedians have podcasts, and I've tried listening to them, but I just don't have, I don't know why. Maybe I don't have the patience, the time, I don't know what it is. I just don't. Simple, But I listen to this, almost religiously after we do it. Usually just to filter back and see what the hell we've been rabbiting on, for 3 hours. Yeah. But the one peeve I have is being told that we swear a lot. It's yeah, man, we do. Because we're adults and we're angry. We're not just tuning in to, the block. And that's what they get, people get angry about. Violently angry about the block. Don't laugh. Laugh. It's liberating, dude. Yeah. Laugh. Don't hold back. Dude, no, seriously. Man, really? I don't get violently angry about the block. I can give a fuck about the block. What I do care about is, someone's kid not being able to go to school because they can't afford it. But some pedophiles getting released with a free house.
No, they don't get released with a free house.
Okay, hang on. Let me ask you a question. What is, let's use sex offenders, all right? What do they get once they're released? Do they have any aid? Do they have any, or they just literally, is it literally like that prison scene where the guy's out after 20 years and they just dump him at the gate with what he came in with?
That's what happens.
Really?
Yeah, it's a pretty big problem. Because say someone gets kicked out of jail on a Sunday. What are they going to do Sunday night?
Because I remember reading how, they were literally getting put into the houses. They were getting aid to fund, not to fund, but to locate.
As far as I'm aware, sex offenders have to get where they're going to stay when they get released has to be pre-approved.
Yeah.
So it's not like they get put in there. It's their money. They just have to, yeah.
What happens if they've got no money when they go in?
Oh, they would get government benefits.
Oh.
But the same ones that you would have if you didn't have a job.
I don't have, I struggle. And then...
Yeah.
I don't get housing.
But it's a dole. They'd go on the dole. I don't think they get anything more than that.
So is that an American thing where they get a free house? Because you always see, on shows and that, it's they have these houses set up for the sex offenders to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as far as I'm aware.
Completely.
And I'm obviously not an expert, but...
No. I'm just...
But I know that it's a... Yeah, because I think they have to set up non-government organisations so that specialise in going into prison and saying okay, you're going to get let out in a month. what's going to happen? Because, like, the prisons don't really care. Like, they will literally kick someone out at, like, 5 p.m. on a Sunday.
You'll be right.
Would you love that job? You're out.
And, you know, these people have no friends, family. They've been in jail for a couple of years. Like, they don't have any money. They're just, like...
Now what?
Like, don't have a mobile phone. Like...
Yeah.
So, yeah, there are... I know that there are... Yeah, but it's not like they get given money. It's literally like, okay, we're going to come in here and we're going to organise a place for you to stay, and they'll organise a place for them, and they'll say, okay, you're going to leave here Sunday, but you've already got a place set up for you. But it's their money, essentially.
If we lost our jobs tomorrow, would anyone do that?
Come give you a... Nah.
No. If we lost our jobs, ran out of money, couldn't pay the rent, and
But at the same time, what do you want to happen to these guys who get let out?
No, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying is if I lost my job tomorrow, and I'm telling you, if I lost my job tomorrow within 30 days...
I know how to fix that, Dim?
Here we go.
Universal basic income.
Always pushing the agenda. We don't drive agenda on this program, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was asking before if anyone said anything, because I'm like pushing my agenda.
Antagonize people, and you're making people nervous with your communist views.
So you have to go back to our election special to find out what a universal basic income is.
Yeah, just going back. He's spruiking his own episodes now. He's just... Watch. Dude, the next time we sit down, he's going to come in with like an attorney, a stylist, and like an agent. All right, fellas, listen, some changes around here. Who are you? Do you want to get another mic down? Maybe we want to turn your one off completely and you just dim yours down. Just keep working the dials, buddy. Like, I don't know. Man, I think we've hit capacity. It's 5 o'clock. And I'm just thinking that I've got to drive back to your joint before I come back to my joint and start the edit. Yeah, always
Call
good.
it a night.
Night, it's 5 o'clock. I'm spent. I'm exhausted, man.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, no, it was good, man. Fuck. We still...
I'm even more bitter and twisted about the toll roads now than I was before.
Yeah. You know, maybe you should send a letter to Daniel Andrews.
I honestly think you should send a written letter.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Generally, they get...
I'll see if he gets back to me in the next couple of days and then send him a letter.
Who did you actually email?
So it's his personal email.
Fuck off. You've got Daniel Andrews' personal email.
DannyBoy@hotmail.com. SexyDanny@hotmail.com.
No, so the one on his website, but Daniel Andrews at something.
Andrews.stud.
Yeah.
63.
Dan the man.
Hotmail.
Big Dong Danny at Gmail.
No, is it his personal government email?
Yeah.
Can I ask you, how many people do you reckon email him on a daily basis? I'm just morbidly...
Yeah, I guarantee that he's not going to be the first one to read it. Some staffer is going to read it and then
someone will just
pass
say,
it on to him.
this has got no relevance, fuck this, whatever.
So, yeah.
I was going to say...
That's why I did so much ass-kissing at the start to like...
What did you say? You are a great man. Brilliant man.
I kneel to ye.
I named my son Daniel Andrews.
I was congratulating him on how well he's done with the getting rid of the level crossings. And I think one of my sentences was, I could probably get it up, but it was like, I doubt many politicians have achieved as much in their entire term as you have in your first 18 months.
You were such a bootlick, man. Just bowing before greatness.
Yeah, and I think I threw a few digs at Sydney. Because I was rattling off all the like really good things that getting rid of toll roads will do, like make the community safer, and most importantly, will give Sydney one less thing to gloat about.
This isn't right, man. I feel now like a whole page has turned. I'm looking at you in a different light. That is so weird, man. I never thought I'd see you as that subservient, like, dude. It's just like, oh, you were great, you were brilliant.
Only the first 3 paragraphs.
Can you see him as like if he was part of the like Daniel Andrews like candidate party, like at some sort of presser or like some sort of rally? Just not yet holding a clipboard.
Here.
How was that? Oh, you were brilliant, sir.
But I'm not, am I? I'm writing a letter telling him he's an idiot and he should change his policy. But I just wanted to separate.
Just a bit of buttering up at the start.
Yeah, just a little bit of buttering up, little bit of, you know.
He's gonna run the coup.
I'm not about to go in raw, Dim.
I never saw him as that kind of person, man. I'm actually like, I don't know. That's weird. The reason I was asking is because obviously with the podcast, like one way of promoting and stuff is I was tweeting a lot of people, right? Just tweeting under the Duke Leverage account or whatever. And then, like, you know, you always see celebrities tweeting, like, just random individuals about nothing, like responding to fans and all that sort of shit. How many tweets do you reckon celebrities get or public figures? Like, how small does the, like, I mean, Daniel Andrews, right? How many people would be following him on Twitter? Like, I've got no idea. Like, I mean, I could check it out.
I follow him on Facebook.
Do you? How many, hang on a second.
I'm going to say like 100,000.
I'll go to Twitter now, right? I'll have a look.
That is an optimistic number.
Yeah, dude, you and your numbers, man. Get real. It's just
Not that many people care about.
Daniel Andrews, MP. Here we go.
Oh, wait, no. Johnny's right. 200,000 people follow him on Facebook.
How many people do you reckon follow him on Twitter? Daniel Andrews. And mind you,
150,000.
as personal as this account could be, generally politicians and public figures have got other people handling their social media.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like I know a lot of celebs and stuff have got into hot water because someone released a tweet on their behalf.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I never sent it, a staffer sent it. It's like, bullshit. Like, yeah.
Oh, it was that fiasco a few months back where one of the staffers operating Malcolm Turnbull's Twitter account publicly made like crazy US politics.
Yeah.
Made a folder. Yeah.
Like, stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid. How many people do you reckon are following Daniel Andrews?
120,000.
Oh, calm down, man. Told you to be generous, not ludicrous.
Really?
No.
I was thinking 200,000 for Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, it's going to be in 100.
He's got 34.8 thousand followers on Twitter. Yeah. All right. Oh, look at this. This is so cute. He's tweeted a day ago. Only just caught up on this. Nice one. What's his name? The basketballer, the Aussie.
Dellavedova.
Yeah.
Dellavedova.
Nice one. Him making Maryborough proud, Rio 2016, and then Andrew Gaze replied to it underneath it. Just witnessed a great game and one of the all-time great individual performances by a boomer. Matthew Daly, 25 points, 3 assists, 0 turnovers. There's Andrew Gaze just getting in the mix again. Like, really, Gazy? Really? He's just the Premier of Victoria. Like, yeah, he's Andrew Gaze, replying. That's great. Yeah, I was just wondering, because, I mean, if I sent them out random tweets, do you reckon they'd get them? Like, if I sent Daniel Andrews a tweet after this podcast, he'd get it? He'd see it?
Well, if it's only 30,000.
Because I'll tell you what, I've sent a tweet out. I'm just trying to think, because I rarely ever use Twitter for myself, ever. Rarely.
I never have, dude.
Dude, there's people that live on it. They live on Twitter. I'm like, how can you be fucked?
I don't find it that interesting.
There's a lot of interesting things in Twitter, and I like the fact that it's networked so many people that quickly, that easily, and there's just free of information, of everything, right? But at the same time, it's reading statuses all day long.
Just statuses,
and people tweet.
Mundane.
Tweet, non-stop. 410, 440, 530, 531. What the fuck are you doing?
I put a fair amount of effort into making my Facebook like an actual news feed.
Yeah.
So, liking politicians, liking news sources. So most of my stuff on Facebook isn't personal. It's
actual shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, see, that's the thing, right?
And that's the only reason I'm still on Facebook.
So no pics of what tonight's dinner is?
I love doing that.
For
man.
Facebook?
Yeah.
My Instagram, that's my Insta feed now is literally other people's kids, my meals, and maybe something from the podcast, and maybe a track or something that I'm working on. Literally, or something stupid that I saw, that would probably be mentioned on this podcast anyway. No shit. If you look at it, if you look at my feed, I'll tell you now, man, you look at my feed, there's a vid of me playing keys this morning after I finally set the computer up and I got it running. Picture of the computer, all the computers in pieces. Picture of my mate's little baby girl. Picture of some pork crackling that I made. Picture of some Vietnamese pork dish that I made. Picture of my nephew. Picture of me. Oh, do you guys want to laugh? Check this out. Yeah? All right, look at this. You see me, right? Now look at this.
Oh, yeah, Grand Theft Auto character. Yeah, I've seen that. Imagine yourself.
Dude, to a T, yeah? Cars in the background, Sunny's doing it as well.
I love doing that.
Yeah. After that, mate's 1-year-old, scene from The Sopranos, conversation about Seagal on TV. That was actually funny. It was between me, Archie, and Stephen Dunn used to work with us, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
One of them's Alpha Justice on Gem, and I'm like, paw. And then Arch was like, the soccer gets cancelled and they chuck on Alpha Justice, sick cunts. I said, yeah, they knew the Wogs would be staying in, so they had to put Alpha Justice on. Right. And then, seriously, a podcast, some stir-fry rice that I made, podcast, something else random, a few pictures from Nick's wedding, my indoor team, and then podcast, wedding, you know. Literally, that's my nephew, again, another meal. That's it. That is it. What I don't get is people that literally Instagram and tweet on celebrity lives.
Yeah.
Like outright celebrity lives. Like, oh my God, Kim Kardashian's wedding. Like, that's great. Oh my God, Kim Kardashian's, you know, fucking waist trainer. Oh my God, you know, Kim Kardashian's stool. Like, that's great. Kanye,
Taylor Swift fiasco.
Oh.
That is manufactured from the beginning to make controversy. But anyway.
See, there's another. Is this what your what's it called? Your Mason brethren put forward for you? Dude, he is a Mason. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I think we cracked it.
Yeah.
He's a Mason.
Secret society, me. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It explains your ambitions for politics and, like, all your little stats.
And his subtle little hints that, no, the Freemasons aren't doing it.
No, it's all a lie.
Just getting together and
there are
scratching
no
each other's backs.
conspiracies, Johnny. The election isn't rigged.
You should vote.
It matters.
Yeah, man.
It does matter. Please vote. That should be the sign-off.
Sign up.
33 degrees in Freemasonry. What are you talking about? It's 32.
No. It's 32, but it doesn't exist. There's no conspiracy.
No, the Freemasons exist. Everyone knows they exist.
Yeah, but what they do.
Yeah.
We need, like, a full expose. Can you do that, man? For
On Freemasons. I was going to say, hand in request. I'm running out of things to talk about. So if you want an expose on something that you think isn't right,
I was thinking I might.
Right. I love how you put it in.
Right.
Just selling it to the very end.
So
I was thinking I might bring a few of my fringe, crazy, wacko conspiracy ideas in and put them to you and see what you can.
Yeah,
not out about them.
Let's do that. That sounds like a fun episode.
Yeah.
Write down a couple of conspiracies, and I'll sit there and explain them away.
He's like Dr. Carl.
Like, you know how you bring something up and you're like, oh, have you heard about this conspiracy, John? I'm like, nah. And you're like, oh, I thought you were into conspiracies or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the battle of the wheels.
I'm into the whacked out conspiracies. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Not like the. Yeah.
So that's a good idea. I can bring one in. I can put it to you, and we can try and make some sort of logic out of it and debate it a little bit.
In this room, we're going to make logic of some fucked up conspiracy.
I'm going to be on the back foot as well.
This is no one's ever heard of.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Lang Lang, internal festing program? What the fuck are you on about? Well, let me tell you, mate. It's a lab out in the middle of nowhere where they're creating gene pools that can determine the space. What the fuck are you on? Can I ask you a question, man? Are you going to introduce your daughter to the conspiracy theories?
That's a good question.
You should. It's good critical thinking.
Okay, let me ask. Actually, this is a good question to ask both. Hang on. When you were kids, right? From the time when you could start. What are you laughing at?
Yeah, because like I wouldn't get her into them just because I know how paranoid and crazy it's made me. So I don't wish that upon her, like having that just neurosis of like constant. So I might just keep her naive and oblivious.
Honestly, man. Honestly, right? When you were kids, did you ever go to the library as a kid? Did you ever go to read books?
I went to the library to select some books.
Okay. Did you ever go to the library to read?
No.
I'm going to cut myself off. Right. I'm going to cut myself off from cutting him off. I'm just picturing this vast archive of like knowledgeable books, transcripts, government papers, just in his parents' house in the Mason Lodge.
I'm a bit younger than you, Dim. I had the internet.
Fuck off. How much?
26.
That's not that young, man. 5, 6 years.
4 years, yeah. Well, I had the internet when I was 10. Dial-up, pretty shitty internet, but it's still there.
But I had dial-up when I was like 10.
Oh, did you?
12. Yeah, I had dial-up. In 97, I had dial-up.
I wasn't a very good student when I was younger. I wasn't very astute. Run around with my head in the clouds.
Doing what?
Running around with my head in the clouds.
No, literally. No, hang on. Okay, because now relax, man. The walls aren't going to cave in. All right?
Are you sure?
It's my Freemason masters coming to get me. I've said too much.
No one's listening. Actually, that's a lie. Everyone's listening. But no one's listening. Think about it, right? So you're saying... So you didn't do well in high school?
No.
At all?
What about primary school?
Okay, but hang on. When you say run around with your head in the clouds, what did that mean?
Oh, I wasn't a very good student. I wasn't very social. I was just an awkward guy.
Okay.
Like, I've changed a lot in the last...
Okay, but
handful
you're
of
very,
years.
very... You're switched on. You're aware of what's going on around
Yeah.
you, right? Did you read when you were a kid, man?
Yeah.
What did you read?
Goosebumps.
I read the Goosebumps.
Oh my God, don't be that. Don't be that guy.
Harry Potter as well?
Don't be that guy. Okay.
I never got into the Harry Potter series.
That's what you read? Goosebumps?
I read all sorts of books, dude. I love reading when I was younger. Like, big book.
Dude, when I was younger, man, from the
just
time...
novels, like, whatever. just-
Everything. I read everything in the house, man. I read, like, everything. Anything you could find. All my parents' books, non-fiction shit, everything. My sister's books. Dude, I read the Babysitter's Club series because there were a row of, like, 30 books that were free in my house that I could just grab and read. Just to read it, right? I used to fall asleep with books and shit under my pillows. Yeah? I'd go to the library and I would, like, other than Asterix comics and shit like that and, like, random crap that I would hire out, man, I would borrow, like, conspiracy books, books on aliens, books on Egypt, like, anything, like, the way shit works, like, anything. But I fucking died in high school, man. I didn't want to have a bar of it. By the end of it, I barely got out alive. Do you know what I mean? But we're not idiots. None of us are idiots. I wouldn't say that, like, we're idiots, we're dumb cunts. But we know a bit about, like, we're concerned about all this sort of shit. So
We're
what makes
aware of-
someone astute or what makes someone aware? No, man, like, having said that, I know so many people with fucking degrees that don't know their asses from their hats.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm
totally
asking,
agree.
because, I mean, all three of us have grown up in very, very different environments, but we're all coming together with pretty similar views on a lot of stuff. You know? I mean, even if we have a difference of opinion on something, it's still an educated
It's a
opinion.
small part of a bigger picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it make sense? That's why. Because I don't think higher education means shit for a lot of people. Some people get them just to brag. I know people that get degrees just to brag that, oh, I got a degree. Yeah, but you don't know dick all about what it's meant to be, man. You know, like, does that make sense? I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass now, but, like, that's why I asked, like, did you guys read as kids or whatever? And
I did.
I did.
Yeah, I did read, but I wasn't I wasn't that smart. I think for me, like, finding weed, like marijuana, like smoking marijuana, like, honestly, like, 19, 20, whatever, that's what opened my mind up to everything around me and made me start looking at things differently. So for me, that's what it was. Like, I wasn't naturally inclined like that.
That's the thing.
I needed help.
Everyone, man, when I
A little bit
fucking...
of chemical.
when I bombed out of high school, basically I just crawled over the finish line. You know what I mean? People were stunned. Well, I thought you would have done better than that. I'm like, why? Because I read a lot? No. I have no interest in half the shit. I'm actually just...
Yeah. Well,
You know
I
what
mean, you're a smart guy, and I think it's like,
Still a
you
fucking
probably
idiot.
just saw, like, a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
know
I
what
just
I mean?
lost interest completely.
You saw a lot of bullshit,
Plus,
shit
like-
that wasn't relevant, and you're just like,
Plus everything else that was happening to me, like, you know, getting bullied and all the other shit I was going through, right?
Yeah.
But it's just... Some people don't read, man. Don't read, like, nothing.
And like chemistry and physics, they're so dry and boring.
Yeah.
And they're exciting things to do it like.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like, so, humans consume, like, in terms of energy, like 13 hand grenades worth of energy. Is that not crazy to you guys?
Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah. On an average day. Like, the amount of energy, you would have to consume 13 hand grenades
Yeah.
worth of energy.
I am 13 hand grenades.
Yeah.
And then you wonder why I'm so fucking explosive and corrupt.
he's gonna
And
blow.
it's stuff like, you know, when I was younger, I made homemade air rifles.
Oh my god. Yes,
And spud cannons.
The good son.
Yeah. And that, like, that teaches you a lot about,
Holy Culkin!
it teaches you a lot about physics and stuff. And chemistry. Like, I've learnt far more about chemistry, like, just Googling random global warming stuff, because it's something I'm interested in, than I did in year 11 chemistry.
Yeah.
I know more about chemical reactions and chemical compositions.
Dude,
and,
When I think back to science class in high school,
Bunsen burners?
I think of Bunsen burners, beakers, and
moles.
what's the process of the sun?
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis.
When I think of science,
But you have no idea what that is. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I think of science. I remember Bunsen burners and like the smell of gas because our school was really shit. And I'll be sitting in the back of the class like, what the fuck? It's just,
The hose is just taped with like duct tape.
yeah, smell gas.
but at the same time, if your science teacher like sat up the front of the class one day, is like, okay, here I have some lollies, like a jumbo pack of Allen snakes. You're like, and you're going to turn it into a rocket for me, which you can do. But first you have to sit down and you have to do the chemical equation to make sure you mix it right. What percentage of that class is going to furiously sit down and do the chemistry to figure out, we want
to see the rocket work.
How much people being burnt?
Yeah. Because you can do that. Like, as I said, there's the same amount of energy in, there's a hand grenade worth of energy in a thing of snakes, and it's not going to burn like a hand grenade, but it'll burn like a rocket engine.
All right. You know what? Really, really fucking, it's not a good example. It's just something that's just happened, man. Over the last week, man, because like my computer died, basically a mate of mine put up another one that he had, and I basically did a whole transplant of one computer to the other, and like reformatted, like reinstalling all the software I need just for, to do the podcast and stuff. In somewhere along in that process, man, I took something really simple that was just meant to be just taking this and reinstalling it, dude. I literally shelled out my old computer, shelled out the new computer, and built one computer out of all of them in different cases and shit. Motherboard to the ground up, yeah? I hadn't touched computers in that sense in over 5, 6, 7 years, and I don't think I've ever done a full shelling, motherboard, everything up, yeah?
Yeah.
Figured it out, got through it, yeah? And I asked Johnny if he could do that. He's like, yeah, because I did it like last week on my laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah? Could you do it?
I've never done it, but I imagine I could. I'm all right.
Yeah? You're...
I had shit cars and I managed to fix them most of the time.
Exactly, right? Dude, I totally was thinking to myself, there's no way I could fucking do this. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Figured it out. Like, figured it out. And if I had to do another one now, I could probably do it, like, quick.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember all the shit in my head. How many people would you know that would be able to do that? I don't know too many.
More importantly, how many people would just never try?
Yeah, because someone said to me the other day, like, because I was explaining what I was doing, like, why are you so fucking wrecked? I'm like, oh, I've just been fucking up every night, like, just, rebuilding it. Why can't you just get someone else to do it? I just looked at it, I'm like, it's got no fucking money. Why do you think I cook 90% of my meals,
Yeah.
And, like, does that make sense? But everyone's answer is like, just get someone to do it. Like, what do technicians cost?
Too hard basket, get someone else to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you figure, you realise that you can do a lot of the shit yourself.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And it's fun, like, and you learn shit.
Yeah, I can honestly say I've now built my studio from the ground up. From the computer that it runs off to everything else.
When I moved into my first rental place, all the taps leaked. And I was, didn't know what I was doing, but I'm like, I know that it's possible to, change the
I know plumbers can fix these.
Yeah, so I went to Bunnings and I'm like, okay, I need, what are they called? The valves.
The washers.
The washers, yeah. I need the washers, and I also needed a tool to reseat the brass bottom. Didn't know what I was going, went into Bunnings, bought the tools, came back, fucking hour later. Not only replaced the washers, but reseated the brass taps.
Yeah.
So it was like the brand new taps.
Yeah, done.
Never done it before.
Done.
And that would cost hundreds of dollars to get a plumber to do that work.
Done. Absolutely done.
Anyway, you shouldn't underestimate yourself.
Yeah, but we're all too fucking confused with all these fucking light and easy ads. Man, the other day, I saw my mum before she left to go overseas, and she's like, fucking, we're just sitting there having lunch together, and like, first time we've done it in years. I was sitting there, TV was on, and she goes, I'm fucking sick of these ads. Every fucking 2 minutes, it's a light and easy ad, or some shit like that. I realise, these ads don't promote healthy eating and healthy lifestyle choices. They just promote the fucking food.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I feel great, my life's changed, la la la. It's like, no, like, shouldn't you, like, imagine replacing the light and easy ads with a 30-second pitch on how good fruit is, or,
how much
the benefits of playing sport.
Benefits of a little bit of exercise a day can impact your whole life. Like,
get rid of the light and easy ad.
Great point, dude. Fucking great point.
I was thinking about it. Because all I'm getting from this ad is, well, if I eat the shit in the cardboard box out of the fridge...
I'll be sweet.
Yeah. That doesn't promote dick, because they still don't know what they're eating. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People just don't know how to cook.
It's not even like... Dude, I didn't know how to cook, but I knew, like, my mum always drilled healthy eating in my head.
I don't know how to cook either, but I can put together a curry, and I know what has to go into food to make it healthy for me.
Yeah.
So, 20 grams of protein, couple of green veggies.
Dude, I didn't even know that. But, my mum just always pushed in my head, you got to eat clean and, don't eat greasy fried food from fucking takeaway joints loaded of MSG and all types of shit. So,
MSG isn't actually bad for you?
Oh, my God. Here we go. Okay,
that's true. I'm super happy.
Do your cousins own shares in, MSG production lights? See, he's looking after the network, man.
Freemason.
Yeah. So today's
should-
podcast, it's wrapping it up.
You know why I'll be happy if MSG isn't bad for you? Because I love the Vietnamese pho soup. Pho?
Oh, pho. Yeah.
Pho.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I didn't even know it was pho until like.
And apparently it's loaded with MSG, so I feel guilty every time I have it, like I'm consuming too much sodium here.
Oh, yeah. It's fucking salt falling out of it, man.
It's actually good for
It's
you.
just boiled water with grains of salt. Your body's just salting up. Like, you become like jerky.
I always get really hot and flushed when I eat it. And itchy.
I just see you sweating it out like a little Vietnamese shop in spring.
I make it so hot as well, dude. I put like extra chili in, like fresh chili and that oil shit.
yeah.
I love it.
Okay. Yeah. So it looks. Yeah. MSG doesn't really do any damage. I mean, obviously, don't eat a kilo of it, but
What does it do?
it was. People used to think it made you sick, but there's not a whole lot of evidence. Kind of like vaccines.
Freemason. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Johnny, sit down and eat your MSG.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think it was on the first podcast you came on. You sort of like really briefly touched on fluoride in the water
Yep.
and kind of just like dismissed it, like nah, whatever, it's bullshit, and then moved on. Do you like have any thoughts that it may be actually why are they putting it in there?
Is that a Mason thing?
Because I remember you saying like I remember you
Okay. No. So fluoride.
Florida Mason thing.
So going from memory, fluoride is a light acid, but it also reacts with your enamel in your teeth to strengthen them.
Yeah, well, the reason that they say they put it in there is for our help our teeth.
Yeah. And there it is proven that communities with fluoride in the water have better teeth, and it's also proven that if your kid drinks bottled water without fluoride, they're going to have more cavities. So, yeah, I mean, and it's such a minuscule amount that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, as far as I'm aware, the evidence is more or less 100% that it does good for your teeth, and there's no negative side effects.
Have you looked into it much? Like, have you actually researched it? And...
No, not more than a cursory thing.
Because I've always been like under the understanding that it's just them slowly poisoning us, like the powers that be,
Well, why would they do that, Johnny?
to dumb us down.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, it calcifies the pineal gland. No, because like, so they say we do it to help you out. Like, when does the government ever like act in our best interest, where they have to do something extra? And like,
because-
and we,
John,
because-
seriously, all the fines and tolls and shit that you have.
No, because we elect the government.
and like this is my thing with it, right? Like, they say it's to help our teeth, but we brush our teeth with fluoride toothpaste. You know what I mean?
That's just extra.
And it's not all countries that do it. Like, Europe doesn't fluoridate their water. It's like pretty much Australia, America, and then some other place, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Okay, how about I look into it and come back next week?
He's gonna have to address
with some
his
answers.
elders.
Because, I mean, I'd have to look into it again, but like,
How are your brakes, Johnny?
just like the dodgy, like, the dodginess of like getting it through as well. Like, there's a whole thing that I can't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to go through it again.
I think Australia was one of the first countries to introduce fluoride water.
They picked a fresh colony. Yeah, like let's just test subject A1. Yeah.
Because, man, I look around, like, you look at all the dumb people in this country, like, just,
Oh yeah, just copying it. In
you know what I mean? You just got to
idea.
use kind of double think, like,
Yeah, but at the
Don't
same
drink
at
the
the same
water.
time, like if Europe doesn't put fluoride in the water, surely they'd be coming out with
Do you know why they don't
it does all this
you know
damage.
why?
What the fuck is going
Dude.
on?
Well, I'm pretty sure they did. Like, when it was, like, a part of the thing, like, when those countries are asked, they're like, we don't see any benefit of it. Like, oh, too much fluoride can cause bone cancer, blah, blah, blah.
Can I
and
say
that's the
something?
reason
But did
for not
you
doing it.
okay, did you do your own research
let me
into that? Though?
interject.
Did you find direct source from the scientists in Europe?
I didn't.
Yeah,
Let me
that's what you got to do
interject
because
just for a
like I
second.
like conspiracy theories,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they always exaggerate.
You know, in Europe, man, someone was complaining about Australia's standard of living or some shit, and I said something like, I don't know if I mentioned it in another podcast, but I've definitely I said this to my mum the other day because she's going to like South Asia, yeah, and I was just talking about the water and like whatever. Dude, Australia is probably the only country I've ever been to where you can drink the water from the tap without stressing. Pure outright. I didn't drink water from the tap in America. Europe, I can't name a country. I can't. Maybe Germany, but I don't remember doing it. Like, I'm being legit.
Yeah,
Seriously. Bottled water. South Asia, Southeast Asia, Europe.
well, even America's having a whole lot of problem with their water at the moment.
Yeah.
And lead does actually poison your brain. Like, it's been proven.
Yeah, it does. Of
It
course
makes
it
you
does.
dumber, and they've got it in their water.
Lead poisoning, man. I'm being dead set serious. I cannot think of another country, like, physically see myself
Where you just don't even think about
going to the tap and turning it on and getting water. It was always
Yeah.
bottled water or water from the fridge that had been boiled or filtered and put in the fridge or something like that. Dead set. And you want to complain about the standard of life in Melbourne, Australia, where you can't even, like, just turn the fucking tap on and think, yeah, sweet, I can drink this. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why, like, fluoride, like, I don't know.
Doesn't
They did it in Europe, no one would be drinking it because they're all drinking bottled water, man.
Probably be probably no worse than lead.
That's fine.
because apparently it's like a byproduct of the metal industry.
Fluoride.
Yeah.
What, excess coming out of
Yeah.
the rendering plants?
Yeah, dude, totally. And they have surplus of it. What do we do with it? Let's put it in the water and say that it helps your teeth.
Who said this?
No,
I'm not questioning you. I'm just
yeah,
asking.
that's not me saying this. This is what I researched and what I found. Like, that's where it comes from. That's where they get it to put it in.
I got no idea, man.
Yeah.
No idea.
Because it's such like, I mean, it's a big thing. Like, it's the drinking water for everyone, and they're putting shit in there. Like, and is that bad for you or not? Like,
No, I
and
agree.
why would they just do that? Like, to act in our best interest? Like,
Because the government's supposed to. It's the same reason you have private healthcare. I mean, why would Labor bring in free university and free public healthcare? If it's not for your best interest, it's not like they're we're going to give them free healthcare and somehow make a profit out of that. Like,
But
we don't have free healthcare. Like, good.
Look, if
shh, Johnny.
it's just you
No,
upsetting
we
me.
do have free healthcare. We pay taxes for it, but
Apparently, we pay taxes for it. No. We pay taxes for it. Apparently, it's going to healthcare.
yeah.
Yeah, not to anyone else's slush fund.
I mean, let's face it, the healthcare system's pretty fucking...
You
Like,
reckon?
it's good. Like, I mean, well, like,
Yeah, it's good.
you go to a doctor and they don't fix you, they just give you a remedy.
Well, they don't fix you. They just tell you what to buy, and maybe it'll fix it.
Take this drug to mask it, the real issue.
But at the same time, like you had your kid with the public healthcare system, yeah? How much did it cost you?
Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to other countries, man. If you
It
can't
costs
afford
money
it.
to have a kid. Like in the States, you can be out 10, 20
You know what,
grand
dude?
for
At
having
the
a
same
kid,
time, man, like, you got to find a doctor that knows what he's doing. Like, there are shit doctors. Like,
Yeah.
there are shit mechanics, and there are shit... Like, my mechanic is a relative of mine, man, like a family friend, and he's the most honest mechanic on the planet. If he can't fix your car, he'll tell you he can't fix your car. If he says... If you go in and do a timing belt and he sees that it's already been done like 20,000 Ks earlier, he'll tell you, dude, this has been done 20,000 Ks earlier. I don't need to touch it. He won't just say that he did it and wrought you $300-400. All right? My doctor, man, like, he's not a bulk bill doctor. I have to pay to go see him. But I remember I went in to him like a couple of years ago and I said, my stomach is fucked, right? Like, I'm having trouble digesting shit. Like, I'm nauseous all the time, all that sort of shit, yeah? And he said to me, his words were, because like he'd known me for a bit, he just looked at me and goes, what do you do for hobbies? I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, every time I see you, you're exhausted from work. What do you do in your leisure time? I'm like, I just stared at him. I'm like, I don't know. And he goes, your problem isn't medical. He goes, it's anxiety related. He goes, I could give you a drug. I could put you on Nexium or something to fix your stomach, but that's a mask. He goes, I suggest you get some hobbies or go talk to someone.
Man, that's
And
a good doctor.
I can refer you to both of them if you'd like.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what he said. He goes, I can put you on drugs and it'll mask it for as long as you want to keep taking pills for, but this is what the issue is.
Yeah. We have a good healthcare system. It's not perfect, but it's better than a lot of countries.
Yeah.
But there's that thing as well where the doctors, like, they don't really get trained in nutritional...
No. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're assessing the issue that's presented in front of them.
Yeah, and we just blah, 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 take this. It's not going to
Yeah.
fix you, but...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, and doctors have an over-reliance on antibiotics. Got a cold, take some antibiotics. Antibiotics
They
aren't
completely,
gonna
they
do...
completely fuck your immune system and shit.
Well, they're not going to do anything to help a virus either.
No,
They're
it's too late.
antibiotics.
It's too fucking
No,
late.
it's a virus and
Yeah.
an antibiotic. It doesn't work like that.
Dude, same doctor. I'd gone in last year and I'm like, because this was the longest I'd taken off work. I'd left, it was when I did my fork training, as in, not to get my fork license, but just to go through the work process of getting, ticked off. It was Monday morning and I was fucked. And Johnny, remember Yanni Vass? Yeah, Vass looked at me and he goes, dude, you're fucked. Okay, man, I'm fucked. He goes, look, we'll milk this out to 4 hours and then just go home, man. Like, fuck it. So I did it. I didn't even remember the last hour of being at work, and I just left. Yeah, I was fucked. I lay on my couch. I didn't move for 3 days because I was just... I couldn't... I literally had a banana, 2 salada biscuits, and a bottle of water every day.
You get super ripped.
Shredded. Just shredded.
Vascular.
Dude, bad, right? I was fucked. I couldn't stomach anything. I had no energy, and because I wasn't eating, I was just lying on my couch in a daze. I felt like I was just in a coma. I eventually got to my doctor, and he said, what's the problem? So I told him, he goes, sounds like you've got like a stomach flu or something like that. I'm like, can you give me anything? He goes, there's no point, because the virus is in. You just got to wait till it gets out. He goes, there is no point. He goes, I can give you something to maybe calm your stomach a bit so you don't feel as nauseous, but there's nothing I can give you. Just keep doing what you're doing. And I think he gave me something just to ease my stomach up a bit. But he's like, you just got to wait it out. You've done the worst part, like the hardest part. Just wait it out. Take another day off or 2 from work if you can do it. As soon as you can start eating, you'll be better.
Well, that's a rare GP right there.
Oh, he's a gun.
Yeah.
He's an absolute legend. I love this man.
Took leverage out.